Right, people, we'll make a start. Just want to welcome everyone to this first webinar for TCS, Markups Made Easy. Um, over the next hour, next half an hour, I'm going to show you why traditional PDF markup workflows slow teams down and how Bluebeam streamlines reviews with data-rich markups, live collaboration, and repeatable tools, which will end with a quick preview of something new in the horizon, Bluebeam Max. Just before I just start, is everyone able to hear me? If you can just show me a quick thumbs up, that's all right. Perfect, that's great. So let's make a start then. So what we're going to be covering today, so our plan for today is I'm going to show you the pitfalls of traditional markups and Bluebeam's approach. Then we're going to go through a live demonstration of practical workflows that you can apply today, followed up by a quick Q&A session. So if you have any questions, if you can put it into the Q&A dialog box, myself and my colleague Scott will be able to look into those and we'll be able to answer those after the end of the session. One thing to note is that this webinar is recorded and you'll receive a link through email afterwards as well. So you can always recap this or replay it afterwards if need be. So the challenges of traditional markups, what we normally get from our customers is always a scattered feedback across emails and PDFs. There's always a version chaos and slow responses, miscommunication, and we don't always receive a single source of truth, which all burn time and budgets. And this is where Bluebeam tackles this straight on by centralizing markups, tracking every change, and enabling a structured review. We've all seen it throughout for our emails as well. There's always a PDF what's named final underscore version 2 underscore use this one to be edited .pdf. We always have something like this floating around our email chain, and that's where projects don't fluster, they don't move forward. So today we're going to be moving away from guessing which comment is the latest and moving towards a single living document. So that's the solution, Bluebeam. So in Bluebeam Review, markups are data. The markups list captures who did what, and when, and lets you filter, sort, and even export summaries for reporting. The tool test feature in Bluebeam saves you your custom tools for instant reuse. Statuses and custom columns add workflow intelligence as well. And we also have studio sessions where enable real-time multi-user reviews with a complete history and reporting feature at the end. So you can think about Bluebeam not as a PDF viewer, but as a database what happens to look like a drawing. Every line you draw has an author, a timestamp, and a status. This isn't just sketching, it's auditing as well, what you do with Bluebeam. So we're going to go for a quick demonstration. So I'm going to go for show you three to four fast, consistent markups what you can do with Bluebeam. So the first one is about markup. So if I was to go to Bluebeam, and let's go through a quick demonstration here. So within our drawing, you can see under the tools panel at the top here, you can see we have markups, and you can see markups are separated with text-based markups. You have pen-based markups. You also have line-based markups as well, and shapes and clouds and so forth. And they're also found at the right-hand side just here as well. So for example, if I was to go through a cloud markup and just get one placed in this drawing, let's say I wanted to place a markup on this Office 213. So let's get one placed, something as such. Once we get that placed, we can always format this as well. So for example, let's see, I wanted to add a fill in there. So I wanted a green fill, and the opacity, I don't really want it to be 100. So let's reduce that down to 50. So we have something as such. We could also change the properties as well. So for example, if I was to click onto properties, you can see the office myself, The subject, I'm going to change this to architect. And if we wanted to place some sort of comment, we can place that in there. And let's see, I'm happy with this kind of markup what I've placed. What we can do from here is if we were to do a right click onto the markup, we can add this to our tool chest. So when we add this to our tool chest, we can reuse this time and time again. We don't need to always make this again. We make it once and it saves it within Bluebeam. And the great thing is that we could also export this out to other team members. So every team member is using the same type of markup, the same type of tool. We don't need to create this again and again. So I'm just going to place this under my tools here. And you can see we have this listed just there as number 10. And what number 10 represents as well is a shortcut key on your keyboard. So if you were to type in 10, that markup would appear, and you can draw that anywhere else as well. So for example, if I was to draw that here in the meeting room, if I was to double click into there, you can see I can get that placed as such. And you can see we have the same type of markup there placed as well. So fast, consistent markups what we can use time and time again. And we can export this out by pressing this and exporting your markup list out and give it to your colleague so he uses the same markups as well. So we're not just drawing, we're creating sort of standardized tools for everyone to use. So from here, what happens is we can start making decisions using the markups list, where we can start filtering, adding statuses, and adding some sort of PDF summary as well. So if I was to load up the markups list, so the markups list is at the bottom just there, and if I was to get that placed, so let me just find the markups list just there, you can see within Bluebeam, everything what we enter into the PDF gets audited from here as well. So for example, if I was to click into there as well, you can see there's a robot piece just here, and it gives you a timestamp, it gives you a subject being architect. And for me as well, we can start filtering this as well. So for example, if we want to filter by subject, we have all the subjects, all the subjects, uh, all filtered for architects, area measurements, contractors, engineers. We can even do it based on comments, based on dates, even based on statuses as well. So for example, if I was to click on a particular markup as such, and if I had statuses already predefined, if I was to click on this button just there and click on manage statuses, you can see by default we have accepted, reject, cancelled, completed, and none. I could add more statuses in there as well. So for example, if I was to add and modify, I'll be able to add more into there as well. Make it a bit more unique to yourselves. And for me, what we can do is if we were to do a right click on set status, and let's see if this status has been accepted. You can see it's been accepted by Ranzip. And if I was to click on something else, for example, verify 1.5 meter radius. If I was to click on this, press right click and say status has been completed. And click on another one, for example, we click on this one here and say right click, rejected. You can see everything gets audited from here as well. From here, what we can do is we could do a PDF summary. So for example, if we were to click on summary button just there, click on PDF summary. And let's see for columns, if I go to filter and sort, I just wanted to see everything what's been accepted. So I just click onto accept from here, press OK, give that a moment, and you can see we have another PDF summary, what shows you all the accepted changes, what's been made, and it allows us, our teams, to understand where we are, where we aren't. And for me, what we can do as well, we can start comparing PDFs as well. So I'm going to show you another example on that in a moment. So with this individual based kind of markups, we could also do studio sessions within Bluebeam as well. So I've created a quick studio session with my colleague in the office. And if you were to click onto studios, you can see how my colleague Mark joined in there as well. And let's say, for example, we have a number of drawings where what we've added into the studio session. So if I was to click on, for example, site plan, You can see we have a side plan drawing just here. And you can see my colleague is on the same PDF drawing as well. And if I was to send him a quick chat message at the bottom saying, for example, hello Mark, uh, let's markup destroying. He will receive a quick message from there as well, and we can start marking up this drawing as well. So for example, if I was to add my markups in here as well, so something as such, you can see I've done there that, and he'll be able to see from his side, and I would be able to see his markups as well. So you can see my colleague Mark has just added that markup is there as well. And if I'm happy with that, I can click it, and you can see he's added some sort of call out in there as well. So remove fountain and add greenery. And if I'm happy with that, what I can do is I could do a right click and I could add a status saying accepted. So he knows that his markup has been accepted, and I'll be able to make changes in there as well. And like again, everything is shown up in the markups list at the bottom just there. So comments what Mark has made and I have accepted. And from there, we'll be able to move forward from there as well. So when it comes to the next revision, those changes will be made. So if I drop Mark a message saying, thanks, Mark, we'll get this actioned. And this is where we move on to the finish and compare section. So if I was to leave this studio session, and let's go back to our comparison. So one powerful tool what we have in Bluebeam is the compare PDF option. So this is found under the document panel just there. So we click on document, we'll click on compare documents. And let's say we had a set of documents that we wanted to compare. So if I go back to my desktop, click on the documents here. So for example, we had a floor plan and we have floor plan revision 1. So I'm just going to compare document A to document B. So we have revision 1 as such. And if I was to press OK from here as well, you can see it'll work out revision 1 difference compared to floor plan, our first floor plan. And if I was to zoom into a particular point, you can see in real time, it'll zoom into that part as well. So you can see from this Office 238, you can see originally it used to be 4 sets of Office. Now now with Bluebeam, it's intelligent found that it's one large office, and so that's a change what's happened as well. And if I was to move over to another part, for example, Office 225, you can see again, it used to be 4 offices as well. Now it's me merged over to 1 office, and it'll be able to find any other changes in there as well. So if there was changes to a door markup or changes to how a layout has changed as well, you'll be able to see those kind of things would change over. So for example, it's conference 221, you can see there used to be a rectangle around it. Now there isn't a rectangle, so it's found little changes like that as well, which is always great. So everything I've shown you from the custom tool sets to the status tracking to the document comparison is the foundation to a high performing team. This is how we move from a paper-based to a data-rich environment. But the logical next question is that how do we make this even faster? If the tools today we use is about organizing our work, the next chapter in Bluebeam is about automating it. So let's look at what's coming next with Bluebeam. So I'm just going to go back to my presentation. And this is where we talk about Bluebeam Max. And this is going to be our next webinar, what we're going to be doing next quarter. So coming next, Bluebeam Max is a new premium plan that adds AI-powered automation across review and connected workflows. The public announcement towards this public announcement in Bluebeam Max was initially released in January, and we are looking at a release around about April, May time. So in the next coming weeks, we should have Bluebeam Max available for us. So what does Bluebeam Max include? So it includes a natural language AI in review. So it integrates with Anthropic Claude to automate tasks and turn markup data into insights. It has a new feature as well called AI Review and AI Match. So this uncovers design issues early, detects scope gaps, and compares documents with high accuracy using AI. It also includes something called stitching, so it auto combines multiple sheets into one large project. It also includes advanced markup automation. So we have new tools, for example, called Magic Wand, convert to duplicate and offset to reduce clicks and speed takeoffs. And we also have connected studio sessions with review to bridge the gap between 2D markups and 3D models as well. So like I said before, the global launch of this will be April, May time of 2026. We're just waiting for our latest announcement within Bluebeam that we'll be able to share this out with you guys as well. And you will receive an email invite to our next webinar on Bluebeam Max. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on your Outlook or your email platforms for that. And we just want to wrap it up from there as well, is that thank you for joining us in this webinar. Drop any final questions when you have in the chat. Contact myself or my team here as well. We are a Bluebeam authorized partner within Europe, and we do have certified staff for training needs as well. So if you have any questions, reach out to us on our sales email or even our telephone as well, and we're more than happy to help. And if there's any questions, please drop them through. We'll be able to answer them. Thank you very much.